Hey, I'm Amanda, and I'm going to walk you through 1002 South Adams. Before we get started, I do want to point out that we are on a corner lot between Adams Street and Ewing Street, and there are going to be two ways in and out of our sale this weekend. The first one is our main level that will approach through the deck on Ewing Street, and the second one is on Adams Street through the basement. But first, let's go tour the upstairs. We'll enter upstairs on this estate sale through the deck. We'll go through here, but I do want to point out before we go inside that our hallways are a little narrow, and so if you're trying to get downstairs and just don't want to navigate through the crowds, if we come back out here and go down the side of the house, it's less steps and it's kind of an easy, safe way to get to the basement if you don't want to use the inside access or it's just a little too crowded. But let's go inside. All right. Coming into our house, you will see right off the bat, we're gonna have our shopping carts, and this will be our checkout table. It does make a complete circle around, I'll show you here in a minute, but I did just wanna point out that's where those will be located. We do have this beautiful Tell City buffet located right here. This cabinet is built in, there's nothing in it, but I do have the toaster oven here, so if you're looking for that, it kinda is hiding here for right now. I may even move that out the day of the sale. But let me spin around. Here is our gorgeous Tell City China Hutch. There are all kinds of goodies inside, guys. These will all be for sale. We have several crystal flutes, a couple of pitchers. Here is that one-of-a-kind handmade vase and our little Mickey Mouse toothbrush holder. We got some plates. There are a couple of really pretty glass and crystal Christmas trees in here. You may have seen those in some of our ads. And I did want to point out some of our little bitty miniatures are in here in the China Hutch. So there'll be all kinds of goodies in there to look at as well. But we are going to go through the kitchen. Here is where we have several dishes. Here is our refrigerator glass, if that's what you're looking for. Several more glassware, crystal pieces. We have a couple of skillets and measuring cups in here. I'm gonna spin you around just a little bit. On this nook, we do have lots of glassware. Can be bought by the set. There's some really pretty ones in here. Some custom etched pieces. Really pretty to look through. Spin back around. Here is where we have a little bit more kitchenware, got some glass measuring cups. This is where the Pyrex mixing bowls are. Those will be priced probably individually, but so you'll have to kind of pick those up, but for safekeeping, they're stacked here for now. Guys, the appliances do stay with the house in this one, so they will not be for sale. I will point out, this is the door to our basement. I guess I can show you that real quick. And so we do have, there's handrails, it's really safe, but it is a little tight and a little steep, which is why I'm gonna point out here in a minute, I'll show you how to enter the basement from downstairs and outside if you would like. It might just make it a little more pleasant. We are gonna have shopping carts and checkout tables on both levels at this sale. But let's walk you through this living room. Do have a gorgeous plant stand. This is where the Westinghouse antique radio console is located. This is where one of our ginger jars are. This is the largest one we have in the sale. Some of your furniture pieces are up here. I do have some Longaberger baskets. This is the entertainment console. And in here is where we have your stereo receiver, your record player, cassette player, VHS if you're interested in those. Located on here is where we have our planters, antique glass jar, and it does come with an extra lid. I'd say they had 2 jars at one point, but you do have a bonus lid that'll go with that. We have some beautiful pieces up here. Here's a couple more of our ginger jars. These are the smaller ones, really pretty and ornate. Here's our little terrier bookends. I do have, let me back up here, another end table, has like a cabinet underneath it. And as you can see, we're back here, we made a full circle. This is back at our hutch, and this is the door that we came in. I do want to point out, we do have some wall hangings and pictures throughout the house. Those will all be for sale as well. We have a really pretty mirror. This is still yet to be set up, but this is where we'll have a checkout for upstairs. Our leather recliner rocker is up here. We do have some boxes under tables. This one is full of gloves and hats and scarves and things like that. This table, look at these. Aren't these just adorable? Little tea bag plates. This is the stoneware tea set. That one was really fun. Here's another miniature, the little terrier tea set. There's our silver teapot. We do have some fall decor in here. Our wooden maracas. We do have some Christmas cards, blank Christmas cards. A little bit of Christmas decor up here, and I have more downstairs. I'll show you here in a little bit. And then let me back up. Here is one of our bookcases. We do have some books on here. Those will all be for sale. I do have a little bit more stemware up here. Some beautiful pieces. I do have a wooden chair here. It's just kind of a single one. I have another single one downstairs. It's a little different, but I do have a few brooms and mops in here. On this table in the kitchen, or in our living room, is some of our kitchenware. So I have a coffee pot, I have a grinder, some muffin tins, some popcorn makers, just some miscellaneous coffee mugs and curios. This is where the rice steamer is. A couple of canisters, a few more grinders, like coffee bean grinders. This is where our diffusers are. I have a couple of them here. So oil diffusers, the doTERRA. And then underneath here, because we kind of ran out of room in some other places too, I have some linens and blankets in a tub in here. Sheet sets, you'll be able to pull that out. All right, so we're back where we made a circle. This is in the kitchen. This door goes to the basement, but we're gonna go this way down the hallway. We have 3 more rooms for you to explore down here. So we're gonna go straight into the first one. I do have just a couple of items hanging in this closet. These were some tablecloths and some curtains and things that were already hanging, and I didn't want to kind of fold them up. So they're in there. They'll be easier to shop that way. Again, guys, I will have a few things on the walls. Those will all be for sale. I do have, underneath here, I have a few cleaning supplies. I have a little bit more glassware. I have some Rubbermaid containers under here. So be sure to look in the boxes under the tables. We just kind of only had so much space. I have a beautiful wood cutting board, some glass and some crystal serving trays, like for olives and relish, or they'd make really pretty cookie plates. Here we have some of our ornate plates. There's some really pretty ones. I do have a big, like, pastry board, rolling out pie crust and things like that. That will be in here. Again, guys, I have more like blank cards for Christmas and holidays. And then this table has a lot of our china sets. So I have set out a place serving to kind of show you the pattern and the ornateness of each one, but there is so many pieces that under the table I have the full set. So you can buy it by the set. There's several pieces, and I've done the same thing with the Lenox Christmas set. So guys, this is a really beautiful, beautiful set. And so there's a few up here so you can see it, but the whole set is located underneath in boxes, so it'll be easier to carry out when you purchase it. There's some really pretty unique glassware in this one. I thought these were really pretty apple dishes. And then these, I was going down a Pinterest rabbit hole looking at all the fun things you could do with little teacups and saucers. These are all just kind of one-off things, and it'd be kind of fun to make candles or use them on your vanity for rings and things like that. So there's some really pretty ones here. They're very ornate, so we just kind of have them matched here. They're not full sets. They're just really pretty teacups and saucers. Here I have some bakeware and some skillets and some pans, things like that. And then as we move in, this is more kitchen items. So this is all the good stuff in the drawers and in the pantry. So there's some cleaning supplies. We've got some Ziploc bags and foil, things like that. So all kinds of goodies to restock on here. Let me back up. I do want to point out in this room is where I have a couple of sleeping bags. As our weather gets colder and we're camping, those would be nice. And then I'm going to back up here. In this room is where we have our jewelry located. So I'll show you. I did have some more flatware here. They just kind of ran over. So we have several different jewelry box options at this one. Here's another little tea set. But in here, ladies, we'll have all kinds of fashion jewelry. We do have some real pieces. They'll be identified and displayed in here. But there's all kinds of pretty things to look at. Some little bitty ornate jewelry boxes and trinkets. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So this is a fun one. This basket is full of small pieces and brooches and earrings and bags. So be sure to dig through that. It'll be a lot of fun. A couple more jewelry boxes. So this will be fun. I still have more to bring over, but this is where the jewelry will be located. I do have under this table our antique and vintage baby dolls, if that's something you're interested in. We have a couple of hampers. And then again, under here, guys, and I'll have these labeled a little better, but feel free to dig through these. We've got towels and we've got tablecloths and some pot holders and kitchen towels, bathroom towels, tea towels, things like that are sorted out kind of in here, so they'll be a little easier to shop. I do have a little TV in here. We've got a weather radio. Here I have some more kitchen utensils and items like that. So if you're looking for a new spatula or serving spoon, we've probably got it. I have another flatware set over here. Guys, I have several flatware sets in this one. So if you're needing some new silverware, this could be a good way to get it. Because again, I have another one. This one's really pretty. It's a little more ornate. But several flatware sets, we'll sell those by the set. I do have a few more fall trinkets and holiday things. And I do have one vintage serving tray in here. It's really pretty. All right, so now we're gonna come back out here. We're looking at the hallway. This is where we came down a little bit ago. We're gonna turn here. Hey, and we're gonna go into a bedroom. All right, this one is kind of like the office or the study. Oh, let me back up real quick. I do want to point out that we have, and I probably should have pointed out in the other room, in the 3 bedrooms, we have hand-knotted, beautiful real rugs on each floor, and those will all be for sale, so be sure to check those out. We have a few items. I don't have anything in this closet. We do have a few items on the wall in here. All the lamps around the house will be for sale as well. We have some yardsticks. Here we have more books. This is another one of our bookshelves. It will be for sale as well too. We will gladly take the books off if you want to buy that. We do have a few. I have like an antique coffee grinder up here. A sign. These were our pipe holders, like our pipe and tobacco jar. Things like that are up here. I have another little bookshelf here. And then in this room is where the antique shawl walker filing cabinet is. We got a couple other box and bookends, and then this was the like file organizer. Guys, these are beautiful pieces. Those are both located back here in this bedroom. Turn around. This is where our wooden office chair is and our beautiful roll top desk. So I'll show you, these are real wood and it's just absolutely gorgeous piece. I do have a few things like office supplies that we pulled out of the drawers in here. These will be for sale. You can kind of pick through it if you want, or buy a whole container. We'll make you a deal. So feel free to dig through some of these and find some things you'd like. I do have a few things up here. I've got some scissors. Here's where I had that multi-tool hanging out. This is where the penny paperweight is. So pretty. Made a rose out of pennies. I'm knocking stuff off. And then I do have a metal filing cabinet as well. This is it's a 4-drawer. If you're in the market, I do have a couple of things laying up here. Here's where I have the little tack hammer. I have some extension cords. All of this will be for sale. Now we will go back out and into this 3rd bedroom. Again, we have another rug on the floor that will be for sale. This is where the vintage brass ashtray is. So that will be in here. We have a periodical organizer here, a few empty binders and photo albums. This is where our hide-a-bed sofa is located. We have a few blankets thrown out here. Again, things on the wall will be for sale. Curtains do stay with the house, but the pictures and things on the wall are all available. Here is our cedar chest. I've got it opened up so you can see just how beautiful it is inside, but we do have some blankets and things spread out across it, some linens. Those will all be for sale. Here is our wooden filing cabinet. It's got a couple of drawers. It's a modern piece. It's really nice if you needed a filing cabinet. And then here is our desk that we have. I do have some few older periodicals and newspapers that are kind of fun. This is where our antique airplane is located. We have a piggy bank, some more photo albums that are empty if a person was looking for one. We do have another recliner rocker in here. This one's kind of a mauve and a plush. If you're in the market, I do have a couple things in this closet too. This is where one of our folding tables, this is the square one with 4 chairs. It's located up here. And I do have a vacuum cleaner in here. Let me, as we go back out, point out the rug in this 1st bedroom that I don't think I showed you. So this one is a little bit different. The other 2 are blue. This one is reds. Again, they're all hand knotted. Beautiful rugs. So I did want to point those out. So I will show you again. We're coming out of this bedroom. This is where we came in. And then these are the other 2 bedrooms. So our hallways are kind of tight. That's why we're having access to the basement from outside as well. We'll probably have this door off and kind of tucked away so that this will be open. You are free to go up and down this way. But I'm gonna actually take you back outside and show you how to get through the basement from out there. So let's do that now. Our second entrance is down here in the basement, located on Adams Street. So let's go check it out. All right, let's go in the basement. We are still working on setting up our checkout table, but right when you come in the door, we're gonna have our checkout station. We'll have some baskets that we use for shopping carts. So as you are looking and finding items, you can set them down until you're ready to check out. So those will be right here at our entrance/exit. So I just wanna point that out. We're working on getting those set up. So let me back up just a little bit. We do have just a few items right here when you walk in. I've got some of our shepherd hooks. Guys, these are gorgeous, tall shepherd hooks. We have a few of those tucked in here. I do have some patio chairs, like a plastic table that goes with those. This workbench is not attached, so we would be willing to sell that as well. Here I have our fishing tackle box. Got a few lures and things in there. And then I will point out while I'm talking about fishing that right here next to the furnace, before we go into the garage, is our fishing poles, rods and reels. We have some nets. So if you're looking for that, that will be pretty much when you first walk in the basement. So before we go explore further deeper into the basement, we're gonna slip into the garage real quick. And we have all kinds of goodies in here. We have a few lawn chairs located in here, hanging on the wall. I do have a string trimmer and a leaf blower. We have a wheelbarrow. This is like a Weber charcoal grill. Then I also have like a smoking grill. So a couple of options. And I do have a vintage milk can. We do have some bird seed. We have a seeder, so spread fertilizer, things like that across your yard. Our tables are full of all kinds of tools and all things garage. We have an assortment of peg wall hooks, some huge C-clamps. We've laid out some hammers. We've also just kind of flatted up a lot of loose items, things like that. You can buy it by the box or the flat, or you're more than welcome to pick through it. I don't want you to feel like you have to take it all. You can definitely pick the items you want and we'll work on making you a deal. I do have a few T-posts in the back here. They're taller than me, so they're probably 6-foot T-post. I do have, and we'll probably get it down the day of the sale, but I do have a big extension ladder. It's got the roof brace on it, so the stabilizer. That is for sale. Let me just kind of show you through the tables here. This is where our socket set is located. We do have a miter saw. Again, guys, just lots of boxes full of tools. We've got some wrenches, a little bit of everything. Can kind of pick through there. Do have some wire snakes, help running wires through the house. Lots of pliers, things like that. I do have a step stool. And then on here we have lots of containers filled with miscellaneous hardware. So nails and pins and bolts and things like that. All of that will be available for purchase. Those will just kind of be here. Here is our Craftsman saw. I do have a couple of metal fuel cans located in the garage here. And down here is where our tree trimming pole saw is. A couple of table saws. Here we have a lot of like yard tool, hand tool things. Your rakes, your shovels, some axes, some hedge trimmers, some loppers, things like that. There's a water key. There's a pick over here. There's a few smaller ones in this bucket. Handheld garden tools. Those are all located here. I do have a few saws hanging on the wall. Those will all be for sale. This table has more tools. I do have a drill. We've got a couple of circular saw. I do have a couple of bench vices. I have one out of the box and then one in the box. And then these flats, again, guys, are just full of all kinds of miscellaneous. So you can buy the whole flat, or you can kind of dig through if there's just a few things that you're needing or looking for. Those will be available. I have some water hoses down here. Things like that. That kind of finishes up the garage. So let's go back out. This is where we'll see our checkout table. This is where we came in. So we are going to go back north. Here is where I have a lot of our vinyl collection. So you can come dig through some vinyl, some of our antique and vintage radios. These are kind of fun. So if you're in the market for a vintage radio, whether for decor or if you want to tinker with it and get it back up and running. I do want to point out this gorgeous table will be for sale as well too. Needs a little bit of TLC, but it's a beautiful piece. All of our shelves and racks, we have one over here too, those are all going to be for sale. I tried to just leave those empty so they'll be easy to purchase and grab and make yours. I do have a walker and a shower chair. This one, guys, is nice. This one is a transfer chair, so you can go part out of the shower and help kind of scoot in the shower a little easier. That is available. Underneath the shelf in here, I have a lot of planters, some flower pots, some plant stands. This is where the terracotta, whether you use it for strawberries or succulents, there's a pot down here. I do have just some bird feeders, some garden supplements, some fertilizers, things like that down here. Here's where our extension cords are. I do have a couple of space heaters. Let's see, here's more bird feeders, some hummingbird feeders. I do have some trinkets. We have a whole bunch of batteries down here. So we have a tub full of batteries. Do have some barbecue grill skewers and tools. We have a cooler and another step stool. I am going to turn back around and show you the other side here. I do have another shelf here. It's kind of tucked up. We didn't build that one. I do have another dresser. This one does need a little bit of work, but it is real wood, so that's a nice one. I do have some more garden things here, some bug sprays and supplements and things like that in here. I do have several rain gauges available down here. I do have some Tupperware pieces. This is a really big one. This one is full of cookie cutters for all the seasons and holidays. I will point out real quick, this big box under here has a lot of Rubbermaid containers. So it might be worth digging through, but I have some foil pans and some Rubbermaid containers under there. We do have a crock pot, some baking pans, some roasters. I have a small one and a large one, some Stanley thermoses, another flatware set, guys. Like I said, if you're needing some flatware, I've got some really nice sets at this one. I do have a little Fry Daddy. And then we do have kind of like a little storm shelter room back in here, but I do have a few things in here I'll point out. I do have a folding, and this is kind of interesting, guys. This one I'm pretty sure is a folding sewing table. So that's kind of a neat one. It's not just a folding table. I do have some more crock pots and pots and dishware and things like that tucked up in here. We just kind of ran out of room, so we're going to let you come in here and look around as well. I do also have golf clubs. Those will all be available individual or as a set, however you would like to purchase them. But yeah, then let's go back out to the other half of the basement. Right here is our stairway that goes upstairs. So like I said, you guys are free to go up and down as much as you want, but if it's a little tight and you'd like to, you can navigate up and down outside as well. Down here is our gorgeous wooden rocker. Here's our dresser and mirror. One of our really cute bird houses. And then we have another one over here. Tucked up in here is our other folding table and chair set. This one is round, has 4 chairs. Here is our A&W pitcher. Got some more. I have a bunch of springform pans in this one, guys. There's several in a box, a couple loose ones. If you're in the market for a springform pan, I have several. Here are some fall and holiday wreaths. Down here, I do have several jewel tea pieces. Again, I have a few sitting out, and then the bulk of it is underneath, kind of packed away. I unwrapped a few so you can kind of see that's what we have down here, but it'll just be already kind of packed to go if we purchase that. But you're more than welcome to dig through, especially if you're just needing a certain piece. They're not packed up for any certain reason. You're more than welcome to dig through those. Here is a dining table and chairs. These chairs are a little different than the independent one we have upstairs, but this one does have 4 chairs. It has a leaf in it. That one is down here. And I do have a vintage sofa down here. This really pretty coffee table does have a drawer in it. We We have lots of real wood pieces of furniture in this sale. We'll go over here. This table is Christmas, and I have not got it set up entirely the way it'll probably be for the sale. I had a little Christmas tree. We were going to hang several ornaments so it'd be a little easier to see them. There's some really gorgeous ones in here, guys. So I've got some Christmas ornaments, some wreaths, and just holiday decor down here. This is where our steamer trunks are located. I've got 2 of those, a little bit different, but really gorgeous pieces, guys. I do have one more vacuum down here. This is the Oreck vacuum. I got some bags for it, some attachment pieces that go with it, but that will be downstairs. All right, I wanted to point out this box has some vintage linens in it. So this is where our vintage, like, military pillowcases are. They're really pretty, guys, but those will be down here. So that box is kind of a fun treasure to dig through. Here is a chest of drawers, and I have a few. We've got some fun old books up here. Do have some playing cards, lots of playing cards. There are bridge score pads upstairs if you're into bridge. I do want to point out that with this chest of drawers and the dresser over here, we do have a matching bed frame for it. Guys, these do not have to be sold together, but if you're looking for a full set, this is a full size, or what they call a double bed. I do not have a mattress, but I do have the full frame, and it's kind of tucked away in here if you were in the market for that. Let me back up. I do have a couple more lamps down here, and then I do have these candelabras. I was going to point out, I don't have them plugged in right now, but I do have a pair of candelabras. Really pretty. We have a dehumidifier. And again, I have just a single chair. This is a bar stool. This is where our wooden washstand is. So if you're in the market, here's our ceramic pumpkin jar. We have a beautiful wash basin. All right, guys, that finishes our walkthrough. Hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of where items are located in the house. We're getting really excited to see you. We still have a few more things to get ready, but we will see you this Friday, September 20th, and this Saturday, September 21st. We'll open at 9 a.m. both days, and we can't wait to see you.